Before I continue with this video, I want to ask you this question. Do you know that teachers, doctors, and even nurses and physiotherapists, some of them in Europe, they earn at least 40 euros an hour? If you didn't know, then this is the video you have to watch. And please make sure you watch this video till the end, because there are a lot of things I want to reveal to you here. There is a particular university I will be talking about now in Europe, and this university, its capital city, is the richest capital city in the entire Europe. This country in which this university is one of the richest countries in the world. So please make sure you keep watching this video till the end, all right? And also share with a friend, because the reason I brought back this video, I haven't filmed this for a long time, but I want you to understand that and see reasons with me why it is easy to immigrate abroad and make your family proud. Now, if you are new to the channel, my name is Milton Fonkwa. You can equally call me the anointed village boy. I don't care about that. Thank you so much, because I come from the village. Oh yes, I do. So if you are looking for a way to migrate abroad and you want to apply to a school that will not ask you for Ielts score, if you see me looking here, understand that I'm looking at my Jota, all right? This university, I want us to discuss. I don't want to rush, so that some people can understand and also put this into practice. Now, this school is going to admit you, but they will not ask for Ielts exam, all right, from you. Now, equally, before I even talk about all this process, I want you to understand that the programs in this particular school in Luxembourg, all right, I am talking about Luxembourg, and this university has health and maybe science or sports programs, all right? So if you are thinking, if the University of Luxembourg is not admitting you or has not given you an admissions, and you think you can afford to study in this particular university, it is not actually that expensive. Looking at it, if you have 9,900 euros per year, you can study in this university, because what actually happens is you pay tuition fee per month. And again, one very important thing I noticed with this school, which is very different from other universities and other countries, especially my own country in Africa. When you choose a particular course in this university, they study just one course from A to Z. They finish with the course, then they write an entrance exam before you take another course. This is how the process works in this university, all right? The name of the school is called LUNEX University, and it is an international university for health, exercise, and sports. So if you are interested in anything sports, then you can take this university, all right? They have programs for bachelor's degree students, or those students who are at the bachelor's level who are not qualified to go directly into a master's program. You can study pre-bachelor's or a foundation program to move you into a master's program, into a bachelor's degree program. But first, you have to verify to see if international students can register. There are some programs as an international, you cannot actually apply for this program. So you have to put this into consideration. It is very important. Then, if you want to study a bachelor's program in physiotherapy, and if you want to study a master's program in physiotherapy, this is a university you should apply to. And before I continue with the video, guys, the visa process is absolutely easy, and the university helps you. LUNEX University will help you to get the visa. All right, I'll explain about the visa at the extreme end. So please let me finish with this before we go to the visa application. Now, physiotherapy, like I told you, is for bachelor's and master's degree level. And equally, there is another program, sports and exercise science. Sports and exercise science, if you want to and another advantage with this school is, if you want to do internships abroad, if you want to go to France, if you want to go to Belgium, if you want to go to Germany, and maybe if you want to do internship with sports organizations, sports facilities, and maybe even with sport bodies like the FIFA, all right, you should enroll in this university. I am telling you these things, and these are pure facts. you should enroll to this university. Okay, it's very possible for you. They have organized internships you are going to do, all right, and it's pretty easy. The university organize everything for you. Then sports and exercise science is also for BSc and master's degree students. You can study at any level. Then you equally have sports management. Sports management is also another program you can study in this particular university, and it's also for BSc and MSc students, those who want to study anything like this. And again, nutrition, fitness and health is also available, but this time is also available only for the bachelor's degree students. All right, if for students who want to study a bachelor's program, you can take these programs, and of course you can study it, and it's also very good. Now, this is what you need to know. Before I continue with the video, let me drop something here about the proof of funds. When you are applying for visa, remember the first thing you need is this temporal authorization to stay in Luxembourg. Now, what LUNEX University does is that as soon the application is 3-stage application, you fill in your online details, then as soon as it goes to them, maximum, especially if you have done a higher degree, let's assume that you want to apply for masters and you have done masters already, it takes maximum 3 days for you to get your admissions offer with LUNEX University. Guys, I am not an agent to this school. All I'm sharing is information that will help you improve your life and study abroad. All right, please, disclaimer. So now it takes maximum, especially if you have done the degree, the higher degree, and you are applying for the same level, you can go into LUNEX University very easily, and maximum 3 days for your admissions to be processed. If you have done something different, let's assume that you have done nursing. For those of you who have done nursing in Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and all these other countries, and don't waste a lot of time. All right, apply to LUNEX University for physiotherapy. Do you even know that physiotherapy, if you are a physiotherapist in Luxembourg, you earn at least 40 euros an hour? Physiotherapists, accountants, teachers, doctors, all right, nurses, this group of people like this earn at least 40 euros an hour. In Cameroon franc CFA, that's 26,000 plus per hour. That is somebody's salary in Africa for 1 month, but you are earning an hour in Luxembourg. Yes, you may say, because at the University of Luxembourg, it's going to cost you around 9,000 euros for you to study one program, but you will say it's expensive. But take a look at what, if you graduate in this university, there are jobs available, all right? Even if you don't work in Luxembourg, you work in another country, and the probability is that you can work in Luxembourg if you graduate from Luxembourg. It is very possible for you, all right? Now, the money you are going to be earning after you finish the degree program is way bigger than what you are thinking of spending. All right. So I will advise you, and as an international student, if you have this money, invest in your future. It is very important. There is no time to waste. If you have an opportunity to improve your life, do it immediately. All right. Now, when you finish with the application, I already gave you some of the documents you need in order to apply. First of all, I didn't give you the documents. Let me give you now. If you have been thinking this is a school to apply to, those of you who haven't gotten anything from the University of Luxembourg, and if you have your money, why not take this school? All right, take this school. It's going to be profitable. Now, the documents you need to apply for bachelor's programs are just your basic high school documents. Yeah, you need just your basic high school documents. Like WAEC and ordinary levels, and your GCO levels and advanced level. These are the documents you need. And if you are applying for masters, you basically need just your O levels, advanced level, your WAEC certificate, your bachelor's degree, and the transcript. All right, very important. Again, remember, work experience is very important in this particular university, especially if you are applying for masters. You should be able to document that you have work experience. And when you are writing your statement of purpose or motivation letter, explain in there. All right, explain to them. Remember, I said it's a sports school, it's a physiotherapy school, it's a health school. Explain to them that you have been working with health facilities, you have been working with this doctor, you have been working with this hospital. Explain to them in your motivation letter, explain to them that you are a sports teacher in this school, you have been teaching sports to these students, you have done sports in this environment. Explain to them this is going to help you gain a scholarship in this particular institution. Because of what? This school has scholarships and they are more into sports and health. and the fact that you are already experienced in these areas and you equally have working experience, you can gain a scholarship. And in this case, you may pay a 9,500 or 9,000 euros or 10,000 euros, and when you move to Luxembourg, you will get part of your money back. This is pure facts I'm explaining to you, so do not waste a lot of time, guys. If you think you can have the money, all right, you should do exactly this. Now, the documents I already explained to you. You may need IELTS, but they will not ask you. All you need to do is to show that you have been studying in an English-speaking country. Your university taught you in English. You speak English as your mother tongue, and that is it. Get a proficiency from your school and you supply to them, and you are good to go. If you have IELTS or TOEFL, of course, you are still good to go with this, all right? Then the other documents that you need is just your CV, if they ask you, but some of these programs will not even ask you for the CV. Remember, you have to be paying your tuition per month, and I will advise you for you to get the visa from Luxembourg, because remember, your visa is coming from Luxembourg. Pay your tuition fee, complete tuition fee for 1 year. If they say your program is 9,000 euros, don't pay some few months and leave the remaining months. Pay just the 9,000 euros for the first year, all right, so that it will be easy for you to get your temporary authorization. Now, when you finish with the payment, you sign the contract. They are going to tell you to send your documents to them via maybe an email or something. But some people who don't have the IELTS score, they may undergo an interview, all right? But for your documents, for them, they would ask you to send your documents for them to check. And after the checking is over, you will now be asked to send your documents, all right? They may ask you to send your hard copies to them. Of course, they will give you the address and every detail. Some schools may not do this for you, all right? But LUNEX University will do this for you. They will ask you to verify your documents, and they will tell you to sign a contract for someone to receive your documents and deposit at the immigration for you, all right? Remember, visas don't come from the country in which you are applying. Visas come from the country in which you are going to. So this is something you should put into consideration. Now, when you sign the agreement with LUNEX University, they will deposit your documents on your behalf. And just the fact that you have signed a contract already and paid the tuition fee, they have more to speak on your behalf, all right? And in that case, your temporary authorization is just coming, and your temporary authorization will come, and with this temporary authorization, you will be asked to take your passport to the Belgian Embassy. This is what you will see behind your temporary authorization. Even if it doesn't come behind you, it will be accompanied with a letter. And as soon as you get the temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg, already you are moving, because you just need to take your passport to the Belgian Embassy and they will put a stamp on it. And that is it. You are moving to Luxembourg, all right? So I think LUNEX University is a great school for you to do. Now, housing. How do you cope with housing? Accommodation in Luxembourg is expensive, of course. And I think LUNEX University, I didn't find anything like, I actually spoke to somebody in this university. That's why they gave me all these details. And I think there is a Cameroonian guy who has admissions already, okay, in this particular university. So you should put this into consideration. Try to consider the advantages of moving to Luxembourg. And of course, like I told you, Luxembourg has the richest capital in the European Union, the Luxembourg City. I think Luxembourg City is the headquarters of NATO. Is it France or Luxembourg City? I can't remember vividly, but Luxembourg it has one of these organizations. It should be the headquarters. I'm forgetting. And those of you who don't know, Luxembourg usually had a lot of steel, Steel, not usually, but the steel that is used to build most skyscrapers in the New York, Washington, the steel came from Luxembourg. Yes, Luxembourg is one of the countries that encourages accountant. All right, if you are an accountant in Luxembourg, you earn a lot of money. If you are a physiotherapist, like I told you, a doctor, you earn a lot per month. So these are some of the things you need to know. And when you get admissions with LUNEX University, they are going to ask you to send your documents. Then they will verify and send to the immigration. I explained to you already, all right? They submit your documents for temporary authorization on your behalf. Then when the temporary authorization is ready, they will collect and send back to you, and you take your stuff to the Belgian officials. For proof of funds, for medical insurance, how you are going to prove your insurance, there is a video you are going to watch about that. Then the bank statement. Let's talk about the bank statement. I think 6 million, 7 million in your bank account is very okay. There is a video on my channel. I talked about this, or you should check that video to watch the various processes. But again, I want to reiterate that if you are using someone for, let me say, the proof of funds, it should be your father. it should be your mother. All right. If you are using someone's bank account, it should be your father or your mother. Don't go outside like you are using one auntie or one uncle somewhere. No, it should be your father or your mother. And 6 million naira and maybe 7.5 million CFA francs should be enough for you to get the document, all right, to get your temporary authorization to live in Luxembourg. Housing will cost you a lot, all right, at least 650, 600, 700 in Luxembourg. That is how much you are going to be renting an apartment. A university like LUNEX University don't have student apartment, but I think in the future they will have something that you can lean on. So this is what you need to know about this particular institution. And please don't forget that, like I mentioned, there are internships that you can go for. All right, if you are a student at LUNEX University, it is not going to be bad. And again, there are a lot of things you need to understand, and please put this into consideration, because if you don't put all of this into consideration, you may have issues with jobs. I hope you don't want to ask me about jobs in Luxembourg. There are jobs. All right, don't even think about this. There are jobs for international students. And the one thing about Luxembourg is that it is found in the EU. You can equally just move to France. You can equally just move to Belgium anytime you want. All right, there are free. In fact, transportation is free, so you don't need to worry yourself about anything. Guys, I hope with this, you can now move ahead with the application process. If you have your money, you are good to go. Make sure you pay your first year tuition deposit, all right, before you print your bank statement or proof of funds. Okay, and also try to like prove where this sponsor of yours is getting money. Maybe his or her pay slips, maybe pay contracts and stuff like that. All right, remember, you have to send your documents to Luxembourg, then get temporary authorization before you can then carry. They will tell you where to take your passport to, but it is the Belgian Embassy that is going to do all these details for you. I don't want to run too much. Let's stop the video here. If you have a question, please put it in the comment section, then we can vibe more from there. Till we meet again in another video.